Charlie Kirk's memorial service got completely overshadowed by Donald Trump. I mean, as soon as the Charlie Kirk supporters walked into the building, they were met with registration papers. Let's take a look. Charlie wants you to register to vote. That is insane. I mean, who thought that was a good marketing idea? Don't just pray for change, vote for it. I thought we were supposed to separate the church from the state. We're gonna play the rest of that video, but this uptake of Christian nationalism is getting out of control. There is a reason religion and politics should not be combined, because it wouldn't be hard for a dictator to convince his religious following that he's the next prophet. Let's continue. Vote for leaders who serve God, not themselves. Worship is a right, not a privilege. They are like brainwashing them with this messaging. This is actually insane. Worship is a right in all capitals, not a privilege. I'm surprised the current behind right isn't red. I just find it odd how this memorial service was turned into a political rally by Donald Trump. And there seems to be an uptick of Christians saying there's a difference between real Christianity and Christian nationalism. Because according to Stephen Miller, this is what Christian nationalism looks like.
We'll defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us, because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy.
I'm just wondering who he's speaking to when the shooter was a straight white MAGA male. So who is this message supposed to be pointed at? Who is this common enemy coming after them when the shooter's already been identified? While I don't condone any form of violence in this country, who is this message for?
You are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized.
Is he talking about MAGA on both ends of his speech? I'm just confused about who this enemy is right now. And plus, under Christian nationalism, I thought we were supposed to forgive those who wronged us, so why are they cheering this on? Let's see if we can figure out what Stephen Miller's actually trying to say.
Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us, you cannot slow us, you cannot stop us, you cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save...
From who? MAGA? From who? If majority of political shooters are Republican, who are we saving the world from? Why have we not acknowledged that? Why did the Department of Justice remove the statistics on who's causing the most violence in America when it turned out to be white supremacy, more specifically, white supremacists who identify as Republican? Because for some reason that seems to go hand in hand. Yet they won't denounce this. He's giving this speech towards, I don't know who this empty enemy is, but the words fall flat because in real time, he's not addressing the actual cause of these problems. Instead, they're deleting data because the narrative is more important than the solution. Let's continue.
How determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic, because our children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing. Nothing. To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share, but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength.
It's just odd because the enemies are being created by MAGA. They're radicalizing people. They're making people act very extreme and off. Have we ever seen so much political violence since Trump has taken office? When is the last time we saw multiple presidential assassination attempts? Now, this is all horrible, but when it's time to get in interviews and on TV, we're not addressing these things, or at least he's not. He comes here to denounce this evil, but is too afraid to call it out when it makes Trump look bad. I mean, let's look at the Epstein files. Is this speech even about Charlie Kirk anymore? Is this speech to rile people up as if Donald Trump is supposed to carry on Charlie Kirk's legacy because it'll help him in the voting polls? Or do you actually mean what you say? Because outside of this event, it doesn't look like you mean anything you say. You stand in front of MAGA constantly and lie to them, then go on news stations and spread a narrative full of more lies. If you wanted an actual solution, you would tell MAGA to stop being so angry. We need to stop being divisive. We need to stop fighting. Instead, you say we're an army that's going to rise up when MAGA was just putting out countrywide death threats online, threatening to commit mass violence after the Charlie Kirk incident. Let's be practical with our analysis of this situation, because this looks more like a political rally than a memorial service. And while I disagree with a lot of Charlie Kirk's sentiments, shouldn't you be talking about maybe his accomplishments? Let's finish his speech.
We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation, and we will defend this world. We will defend goodness. We will defend light. We will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us. You cannot frighten us. You cannot threaten us, because we are on the side of goodness. We are on the side of God. And to my friend Charlie, we will prove worthy of your sacrifice. We will prove worthy of your time on earth. We will make you proud. We will finish the job. We will defeat the forces of darkness and evil. And we will stand every day for what is true, what is beautiful, what is good. And we will achieve victory for our children, for our families, for our civilization, and for every patriot who stands with us. God bless you. God bless Turning Point.
I find it so funny how I'm asking everybody, who is they? Who is he speaking to? And the first thing I see in this caption is, who is they here? They, a global conspiracy company. They're all asking exactly what we're asking him. Who is they? Who are you speaking to? Who are you speaking about? This was one person. This wasn't an army of anything. Everything with Trump and Trump's admin feels performative. The most authenticity I've seen from any of them was Nancy Mace when she left crying after talking to the Epstein victims. But after one phone call from Donald Trump, she went right back to being his lapdog. It's as if she never met with the victims because she never spoke about it again. And even MAGA is against the voting registration booths at Charlie Kirk's memorial service. Eric, I don't think it's morally acceptable to use a funeral service for political gain. From Trumpeta. So not only do we see the performance, but so does MAGA apparently. It actually gets worse than this. I covered part of Trump's speech in my last video. Here is Tucker Carlson maniacally laughing mid-speech.
Ultimately, he was a Christian evangelist. And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power, and he starts doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people, and they hate it, and they just go bonkers. They hate it, and they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about, what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us? We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I could just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
Politicizing an event that's supposed to be used for mourning is absolutely detestable. But that's what it looks like to most of the world right now. It looks performative. And one of the strangest things is right after Donald Trump got Jimmy Kimmel fired for calling Trump out for politicizing this incident, as he's been doing this whole time. Here was what Trump had to say about Biden getting a cancer diagnosis.
Very angry, mean Biden. You know, Biden was always a mean guy, but never a smart guy. You know, even you go back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, he was a stupid guy. But he was always a mean son of a bitch, you know? How's it working? Not working too well for him right now, as that says. So when you start feeling sorry for him, remember, he was a bad guy. And I created the...
This is just days after the Charlie Kirk incident, and this was cheered on and clapped for, by the way. This is the current state of our country. This makes me a little bit sad at the lack of empathy from Trump's admin, because it does reflect on the state of America right now. And this is actually a very common mindset for Republicans. To me, if you don't have a baseline empathy, then you've lost your humanity. So when Donald Trump says 97% of TV networks speak badly of him, now we can see why. I have never seen any president act in this manner. I think the last memorable, horrible president America had was supposed to be like George Bush, and then Donald Trump took office the first time. Then Biden fixed it, and now we're even worse than before. But no worries, now Charlie Kirk fans are also MAGA apparently. So when it comes time to vote, we know what to do. And Trump, release the Epstein files. We will not bend, we will not break, we will not fold. We want those Epstein files. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you next time, and have a good one.